Hello, this is Gio, and what do we have here? We have 3 boxes stacked together here, and guess where these are from? These are from IKEA, and they are a new dresser. So for many of you who have shopped at IKEA, these kind of boxes probably look very familiar. And again, they are. It is a dresser, and I'll show you a picture of it right here. It's a Hemnes, I think I pronounced that correctly, an 8-drawer dresser. In this case, it's black and brown, or black brown, and it also comes in white. I'm not sure if it comes in other colors. But now today I'm going to be showing you how to put this thing together. Now I've heard from a number of people. Some people say IKEA furniture is a breeze to put together. The instructions are wonderful, it's easy to understand. And then I've heard from others that say it's like the instructions with no words. It's like a foreign language, and these things are extremely difficult to put together. Well, this video is for the latter group of people. If you find IKEA furniture difficult to put together, hopefully this video will help you out. This is a little bit of a complicated assembly job, these dresser drawers. It has a number of components. And so even if you're not putting together dressers today, maybe this video will help you out, and we'll show you a few steps. But first things first, let's get this thing out of the boxes. Well, there you have it. Boy, I'm already tired. Just getting it out of the box is exhausting. But you can kind of see how a lot of people get overwhelmed. There's a lot of parts to this dresser. And this right here is the famous IKEA instructions. And so you kind of get a picture there. The first page here is just what to do's and don't do. Some of the tools you may need. Yeah, you might need a drill and some drill bits too. Open this up. And then here's some of the parts. Now, I didn't take the parts out of the bags, and you'll notice that they're labeled 1, 2, 3. And it's probably good to keep them in their bags until you need them. So the instructions will start with 1, so you open up that one and then move to 2. That way you won't get things too screwed up. And these are the packets, so it'll show you what is in each bag. So this will be, so there'll be 22 of these things, 12 of these. And these are actually, if I recall, cam lock and nuts. It's kind of a unique furniture thing, and this actually confuses a lot of people, this little piece of hardware, but I'll show you how to use that. Some dowels, screws, tracks, and this is in number 2. This is actually in number 3. I'm not quite sure why they're on different pages there. And then the instructions, and you'll notice other than the L1, etc., 8X, there's really no words. A few numbers just for parts, but there's no words. It's all pictures, and this is what gets a lot of people frustrated. But we'll kind of go through this. There's a lot of steps to do, and I'll go through each step, but I'll go through it quickly. So if you get overwhelmed, just stop the tape, rewind, kind of listen to it again. I'll go back and forth from the picture to what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll figure this all out. Well, let's get started. Okay, just zooming into the first instructions, you start getting confused. So first of all, it has this little thing right here that doesn't really describe. This is a carpet or a rug. Basically, all it's trying to tell you is maybe do your work on some kind of fabric so it won't damage the parts. Unfortunately, I don't really have that option here, but I'll just do it on the floor and try not to scuff the pieces. But here's the first question. You have 4, looks like wood pieces here. But looking around, you're kind of looking at the different types of parts, and the only part that looks the same 4 pieces that look the same are these. So these are big pieces, and then there's these 4 pieces here. And it's a little bit difficult to figure out which one they mean. However, they do zoom in here. So if you look right here, it looks like it has a little, some kind of round thing, probably a foot, and then a track. Now if you look at this one does not, and it's square. So this one is rectangular, and these are square. So it must be those, it must not be those. So sometimes you have to kind of clue yourself in by just looking at some of the pictures. And then it also kind of guides you. They want to kind of show you where the track is here, and the track goes in the middle. So there's 2 of them with tracks, or little cut pieces here, and those go in the middle. So I'm going to lay these out. So I have them laid out here, and even just laying them out brings up questions. So like this end piece here, it has some holes on this side, but the other 2 sides are blank. Well, does this one go over there, or does that one go over here? The picture, again, look closely at the pictures. Now I'm going to zoom in here, and you look at this one here, and you can see that with the little round thing on the bottom, which we have, where is it? Right there. You can see that there's holes on one side, holes on the other side. And if you go on to the other side here, there's no holes. So the holes are supposed to be on this side and this side. And on this side, the back side, no holes. And then I have these laid out just like it's shown in the book. There's a track here and a track here facing each other. So I went ahead and opened up bag number 1, and you have a bunch of these things. You have this little component that has to do with that cam lock device, and then some little dowels. And what they want you to do first is just take all these little kind of screw components and just kind of screw them in here. You can see a little picture here using a screwdriver, and where they're showing you these holes. So if you zoom in again here, there's one in this first hole, but not in the second. One in the third hole, not in the fourth, and one in the fifth. So if you look here, you could see where it is. First, second, third, etc. So I'm going to take just my Phillips screwdriver here and this little cam lock device here, and just stick it in right here. And hopefully I'm out of the way, and just kind of twist it in. Just like that. Until this little plate part right here, if you could see it, if I can show it to you, there's a little, there's a little plate kind of on the bottom, and you just want that to be flush with the wood. Just like that. And so you want to do that with every one that's shown on that picture. Okay, and you can see I did it on each one of these. And I actually cheated a little bit. I used a drill, and if you have one with a drill bit, that would be very handy. It'll start helping your wrist out. So looking at the next step, you can see between the 4 boards, there are flatter boards here. And again, you're just going to have to look at the pictures closely. You can see where there's some pre-drilled holes, like this one on top. They're actually pointing to one right here. You don't see it on the bottom. And so the only 2 boards that look like it are these 2 right here, and it's actually painted on the back side black, and you can see the holes. There's one in the middle there, and one in the middle there, and there are none in the middle there. So that's the orientation they wanted. Again, the base is here, and the top is oriented where the holes are, and that's what the picture is showing. And next, what it wants you to do are grab these little dowels, these things, and put it in some holes that are pre-drilled right here. Now you do see one right here, and there's actually 5 altogether, but they only want 2 on each side. So this one will, this little bolt here will go here. This one, we're going to tap in a little dowel. You could actually put it in here with your finger too. If it doesn't go in, just tap it with a hammer. This one will fit here. This one will have a dowel, etc. Just follow the picture. It'll show you where to put them. And there you have it. There you got the little dowels here, 1, 2, and the little cam locks there, off-centered there, just like this. And the next step is they want you to put it together and then stick this little nut, cam lock nut, in there. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to just stick these in the holes just like that. Fit. Just like that. And zoom in here. You'll see that that little piece of hardware is sticking out right there through this. And what the instructions have you do, and this is this little piece here. This is the nut right there. And what you do is it's oriented a certain way. You can kind of see an arrow right there. Well, there's a little twisty arrow there to show you which way to twist it. But here's a little arrow that's pointing this way. And it's pointing to the screw end here. So you want to first put it in like that. So if you put it in another way, the metal will get in the way. So there's only one way you can put it in. You can kind of see there. And then you just drop it in just like that. Okay? So it's pointing that way. And then you take a flathead screwdriver and turn it clockwise. And just like this. And then keep on doing it until it stops. And there, now it's locked. Now this piece right here will not go anywhere because this is holding the piece together. So this is the cam lock nut device. And so let's do it again down here. Okay, here we are again. We see the arrow. We stick it in just like that. Take a screw, twist, and it locks in place. Now I kind of want to show you kind of exactly what it's doing inside. So what you're doing is when you drop it in place, okay, if you can see this, so that's the arrow. When you lock it in place, it sort of just drops right here like this, okay? So it's sitting in just like that. And then when you twist it, it gets caught right in here and essentially locks it in place. So this can't come out. It's nice and locked. And you could always unscrew it. You could always unscrew it the other way if you make a mistake. Just make sure the arrow is pointing that way and that will come out. Unfortunately, the other one's locked. So you have to unscrew all 3 of them. But they will come out. So they're not a permanent type of a lock. When the whole thing's built, it'll be hard to get to these things. But you could always change your mind after you install those. So let's go ahead and install the rest and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. And this is what it looks like at the end. Nice and secure. I have 2 of these panels. Next we want to take these tracks out. Now I do want to show you this picture here. So if you look at the picture of the tracks, you can see there's 1, 2, 3 on one panel, 1, 2, 3 on the other. And they're both, here's a little label. Now they're not the same tracks. This one right here has an L, so all these ones are, let's call them left. This one right here is right, and all these are right. Now after I untaped these, there were 4 tracks. Now only 2 of them each had a label. This one says right here, if you can focus in here, R for right. There's another one here, if I could find it, that says left. The other 2 don't have anything, and these are kind of the pairing. So if I take a left one, This is the one they want, the one that's labeled they want me to put down. But it comes with another one. So this will be for a drawer. So basically this is its mate, but we're not going to install that right now. We're just going to install the lefts and rights. So the other two will be put down. So there's only one left and one right. And so one will go here and one will go on the other side over here. And then so I'll open up, and these two other ones will kind of sit aside for now. And I'll open up two other packs so I can install these things in. And then I'm going to use some of these screws, which are these, to install them. And if you look closely, you'll see some holes in the picture here. And it shows two there and then a third. So if we zoom in right here, let me zoom in. You'll see two holes and then a third. So you really want to look at these pictures carefully. Again, the pictures will show you what piece you're dealing with and where you're supposed to install them, but you have to look at them closely. So I want to install them, so I'm going to screw them in right here. And I might as well do that now if I have my screwdriver. So I'll just take these and use my Phillips screwdriver. I think I'll use my drill screwdriver to do this. Save my wrist. But it'll go just like that. These holes are left empty for now. So I'll go ahead and install those. And there you go. You see two of them with the tracks installed. Now the mates to the tracks, again, there's three rights, and I guess these are the rights and these are the lefts. So we're going to just put those aside until they want us to use them. In the meantime, looking at the next page, we're going to put in some more of these cam screws right here. And again, you kind of follow where the holes are. It's like this one is the one on the bottom. This one's the one on the bottom. This one's, and they won't fit in the larger holes. So you'll see where they go. And we'll just go ahead and start getting those things in.